versus Sonic Mania! Hey, what's up guys? Brandon here from BigMcLargerHuge, and today we are going to be reviewing Sonic Mania. Wow, it's been such a long time waiting for this game to come out, and it's been a blast watching all the trailers and cutscenes and things that have been announced for it. All these things. Crazy. Tons of crazy stuff. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a review for it. So, Sonic Mania has been a long joyride of tons of trailers and things, and honestly, this game is amazing. Wow, and there are about 24 levels in the entire game, and actually 12 zones. Unfortunately, only 4 out of those 12 are new, which is sad because I like having the new stuff as well as the old stuff all in one package. But it's kind of a thing. Well, okay, let me just restart. Yeah, let me just restart from the beginning of what I was saying, because I completely forgot what I was saying. So, Sonic Mania has been a really long joyride of, like, trailers, emotions, hype, all sorts of crazy stuff. A lot of people thought it was gonna be pretty dang bad. And fortunately, that is nowhere near the case. This game is my personal favorite Sonic game of all time. That is how much I like this game. I like it even more than, I like it more than Unleashed. And that was my favorite one for a really long time. So we've got some points to talk about, but the first one is like the introduction, how cutscenes work and the characters. So cutscenes. Most of this game has a lot of transitions like Sonic 3, but the only problem is that it kind of goes in half-heartedly. Because you see, through the first half of the game, there are lots of transitions to explain why you're going to all these radically different environmental regions. But then, in the second half of the game, I think it starts the, flying battery to, Press Garden, the game just kind of, leaves it. I mean, some zones still have it, and it's nice, but it just doesn't, it's not the same feel as for the first half of the game where there's still, actual cutscenes. Actual in-game cutscenes to explain why some things are happening. Then, next point I want to talk about is the bosses. I know, wrong point, but still, since we're here. Bosses are a very, very, weird topic to talk about in this game, since there are so many bosses. And I am glad to say that all of them have, particular ways to beat them. Some are really gimmicky, some are not. Some are just kind of good. Not even, no questions asked, but... Oh jeez, this guy takes a lot of hits. Knuckles. Well, then, like this boss here, that was kind of like an old take on the Green Hill level 1 boss. But yeah, the Act 1 bosses are usually just conventional, kind of just, laid back. Okay, here's a little end of the level challenge for you. But then Act 2 bosses, oh boy, they go all freaking out. I mean, like, you know, Green Hill, you're gonna expect something a little bit challenging for the first real big boss. But no, it's the freaking Death Egg Robot. so you're gonna like sit there and be like, you know, it's gonna be nothing exciting / hard. And then the Death Egg Robot, and you're like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Or at least that's how I kinda was when I had that, when I faced the Death Egg Robot first time. So yeah, and then also the first level bosses can either be in some special cases can be the all-out bosses, with the level 2 bosses being a little bit more being quite a bit more gimmicky, but usually that's not the case. Or both of them are really all-out and gimmicky. Like the studio. Okay, warning, massive spoilers for the game now. So I'm gonna start talking about like super duper. I'm gonna start talking about like real big stuff. So Studiopolis Zone 1's boss is a running boss against the police hard-boiled heavy. A running boss. You know the last time we saw one of those, it was like in 2D. That was like Sonic CD. So it's like, heck yeah, let's do this. And it's like, okay, oh boy, here we go. Against that running boss, and then you see him, and you're like, you don't have anything to teach you how to beat him, and then you kind of like figure out how to beat him, and you're like, oh yes, this is the most amazing thing ever. And it's just like the perfect way to try and get a great thing. Then Act 2 bosses, as I was saying, are pretty gimmicky. They have stuff like in Studiopolis Zone, I'm using that again as an example. There's this weather gimmick where you have to use use the right strategy for each of the weather things. Like if it's hot, you have to hide under Robotnik. If it's windy, you have to use the whatever they're called things. I don't even know what they're called. I don't know. It's okay. The pole thingies that you can hang on to from like Hydro City Zone or something. But then there is, but then there's stuff like the mini boss in Flying Battery Zone, where it's like a trash compactor, and the robots like making little robots that you have to destroy before you can get over to, and before the trash compactor compacts you into trash compactor stuff, and then will like crush and kill you. But the only thing with that is that it it's kind of hard to judge where you are in relation to the actual. Oh boy, come on. Okay, so then the next point I'm going to talk about is the characters. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. They all have their own abilities. They all have their own ways to play, and it's kind of like in Sonic 3, where they all kind of have like their own difficulty level. Knuckles is obviously still the hardest, because you know. Okay, there we go. So then Tails is the easiest, Sonic is normal, and Knuckles is hard, because Knuckles' bosses usually take a little bit more time to do, because they require more hits. Not in the case of the boss I just did, but in the case of what the in the case of a lot of other bosses, especially Chemical Plant Zone 2's boss, which is, spoilers for that, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, where you have to face off against Eggman and try to not get to the top. It's like Pio Tetris, kind of, but Sonic. I have, and then, like, the different difficulty levels, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Knuckles is all, like, Mean Bean Machine is really hard for some reason. I don't know, it's because he's in hard mode, obviously. And then Tails is pretty easy, but I think Sonic is, like, easy mode on that one. So then, yeah, like, the zone transitions kind of go in half-heartedly, as I said before. The next point I want to talk about is the secrets. Secrets in this game are unlocked by doing the bonus stages, which are, yay, the Blue Sphere special stages from Sonic 3, which I've been wanting to be returned to since I first played Sonic 3. And they're finally back, and I've been showing them kind of all throughout the gameplay, because I'm still kind of in the coin hunting mode. Anyways, from these, you do not get Chaos Emeralds, that's for the actual special stages. But these, you get, like, little coins. You get silver or gold ones, depending on if you do a perfect, if you do or if you do just a regular get all the blue spheres and not get all the rings as well. Because I guess some people think that you have to, like, you can't do it in a square and they won't do that. So, like, that's how you beat it. But some people don't know that. See, this is the part I never realized. Yeah, see, like, I messed this up. But these you get blue coins from. I mean, silver and gold coins, which unlock secrets, like the super peel out, the insta shield, Knuckles and Knuckles mode. Well, actually, and Knuckles. Sorry, wrong thing. I was thinking of the wrong meme there for a second. Okay, so and Knuckles, you can do Sonic and Knuckles, Tails and Knuckles, I think, and Knuckles and Knuckles, cause you know that's always the big thing with and Knuckles with Knuckles and Knuckles, like Knuckles Heroes and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles, and then they have debug mode, which is actually pretty limited compared to the regular debug modes they had in the old games. Because it's not the full dev kit they use. It's only part of it, because I watched some videos on this. And so this guy, well, I'm not going to talk about that. Actually, so the secrets are pretty big. I don't know about, like, the extras page. I don't know what you get, how you get those. But, yeah. So we're gonna talk about, like, character exclusive levels / parts of levels. So obviously the big thing about having Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles playable is that there is really a lot of paths that all characters can use for the levels to be, like, to get around. And this really shines in the later game, and maybe even in Green Hill, because, like, in Knuckles' playthrough, there's actually a completely exclusive level, which is Mirage Saloon Zone Act 1, where you, because in the cutscene before the level starts, Knuckles gets knocked off the plane, and if you're playing as Knuckles, you do get knocked off the plane, and you have a regular level instead of like a Sky Chase reference level. So it really shines in Green Hill. You don't start where Sonic and Tails start, because it's not the same story actually. you start in the cavern part of Green Hill instead of the what was it called? Instead of like the above ground part of Green Hill where the other two start. It's pretty good. So then there is so close. So then there was the and I haven't played through the whole game, obviously. But I have played through a lot of the game and I have seen a lot of the game. And I feel as if this game is the best classic Sonic game because it just emulates it so well. So like this boss here, this doesn't really have a gimmick or anything. It's just like, okay, defeat him with his little bouncy thing and on the blue goo, and no, he has the blue ball thing. So then there's stuff like that. Honestly, there are a lot of different stages, and like, if I had to choose a favorite so far, it'd have to be Stardust Speedway. Because, well, actually, you know what? That's not true. It's actually, my actual favorite stage would be Press Garden. Because it's so beautiful and so new, you just can't ever get enough of it. It's crazy. And I'm stuck on it. It's still my favorite level, because I just can't figure out how to beat the ninja guy. Ninja Hardboiled Heavy. So, then there is, there's little references like Stardust Speedway. Act 1 is in the past, you know, with all the temples and overgrown greens and stuff, and then Act 2 is in the future with all this music stuff and everything. So it's really cool. They have all these nice level transitions, even if some of them are pretty half-hearted. Like the Stardust Speedway to Hydro City is non-existent. The, what was I gonna say? The flying battery to Press Garden one doesn't exist. You know, a lot of them just don't have any kind of thing. I mean, I'm glad that they're in the game at least. I mean, I'm glad that it's not like non-existent, but I just wish they'd put a little more effort into it, like how they did a lot of other parts of the game. But it's a good game, and they have this massive thing. This game gets so many good reviews, especially from people like me. And you know, I never really liked the classic game. I mean, the modern games as much as the classic games, because I just didn't feel that the modern games had the same kind of feel and this sort of thing. I mean, I like them because they go fast. I feel like it emulates what Sonic needs to be. But honestly, if I had to choose something, I'd choose the classic, because basically my description of the game, as just like in a nutshell, is sections of tricky platforming divided by blistering sections of speed. So yeah, it's good. It's definitely got, it's holy crap, I cannot just get up this hill thing. Okay, here we go. So like, and sometimes it'll be like blistering speed after blistering speed, but that's not usually much of it. So, oh my god, there's an enemy here. So then stuff like this. This is not like what I was talking about with blistering speed and stuff, but it's still good. It's still good. Like, they've got little puzzle segments too, where you might just have to like defeat enemies before you move on. So it's you know, it's like something like this, where it's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine. It's like you gotta get your brain thinking, and it's the Knuckles one, so it's the hardest one. Why did I choose Knuckles? Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so basically, Sonic Mania is my favorite Sonic game of all time now, and if I had to just, like, honestly just choose any game to play, to pick up and play, it'd be Sonic Mania, because you can just pick this up and play it. Because it's not something that's insanely hard to beat a few zones of. Honestly, if you know the zones well enough, it'll only take a few minutes. But that's the beauty of Sonic Mania. You've got like just like the perfect level amount. And it goes so well together with like all these other So then you got like all these things. It's great. And when there's so much to do in this game. Secrets, all kinds of things. And I don't know, if they make another Sonic Mania, the one thing I want them to do is have more original zones, because I mean it really shows, and it shows how good they are at making zones, at like Christian White, how good Christian Whitehead is, how good I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's a really weird name. But it's the perfect amount of classic Sonic to new stuff. You gotta have like a line between the nostalgia and the new stuff, and I think this game gives it the perfect line. It has the just best amount of the game, of everything. Yeah, just a minute, I'm in the middle of the video. Yeah. Okay, so, see, and things like that, that's cool, that you, like, get to do that. And then, you know, it's like so many references, and you got, like, it's like, you come in this game not knowing anything, you start off and it's like, you know, you got your green hill, your chemical plant, and then it starts getting really big up with zones you never thought were gonna be in a remix thing. Like Hydro City Zone, that's not a zone that people talk about most of the time, I don't think, when they're talking about Sonic 3. It's mostly like later levels of the game, and like Sonic 3 and Knuckles with like Sanctuary and all these zones. But then you have all these zones that you wouldn't think would ever be in a remix, like Oil Ocean Zone is in here. Stardust Speedway. Well, that one's not a big surprise, because that's pretty well known. And then they have all these like remixes and the special stages. Oh, special stages. They're like this is the 32. This is like, I feel like this is the like Sega Saturn game that Sonic needed to keep Sega in business. But they just never could make it. Because, you know, you've got the 2D levels, you've got the kind of experimentally-ish kind of bonus stages, and you've got the low poly, you got the kind of weird looking, you got the weird, pretty old-looking 3D special stages. It's kind of like the game I like that could have saved Sega from annihilation by like Sony or something. Somebody annihilated Sega. I don't know. I think it was both Sega, Sony, and Nintendo. And they're both too good. But you know, I feel like they had great. This is a great game, even though it wasn't made by Sonic's team. It really shows how good and how much care that these fans put into their fan games, and how much they really truly love the series. Because I swear, I have never seen such a great game made by fans of the community. I mean, even Don't Forget, which is an Undertale fan game. That's not anywhere close to this. Because this is pretty much like the epitome of fan games all in one, with new reimagined zones. That's actually made by fans. The series. It's like what a lot of people thought was never gonna happen finally happened. And since Christian Whitehead started working on all these ports of the original Sonic games, they're like, everybody was like, oh, Christian Whitehead needs to make an original 2D Sonic game. And then they got him and a bunch of other developers to work on it as well. And it's just so awesome. And so I give this game a 10 out of 10 on the oh, what would I call it? I don't know what I would call it. I give this game a 10 out of 10 on the scale of judgment. Yeah, there we go. Scale of judgment. I give it a 10 out of 10 on the scale of judgment. And my recommendation for you on this game, if you are a Sonic fan, and you haven't picked it up already, you should definitely pick it up. If you like the 2D games. If you don't, then just wait for Sonic Forces. But if you're not a Sonic fan, you should definitely still pick it up, because it's a great way to enter the series and rediscover old great games, as well as kind of like step into the new games, kind of like meeting some of the characters, kind of like a light introduction, while also like showing you all these things. Like, my introduction to the series was Sonic Generations, and I don't think that honestly was the greatest game to start Sonic on for me, because I was like 3 at the time, but after that I almost instantly went back and played the classics, because like, you know, it's like why would you pick up a new, like, if you went and started Mario on something like Mario Galaxy, would you ever think that Mario started as a simple 2D platformer? I don't think so, because that's not what really is happening now with somebody like somebody like Mario, which is why I went back and played the classics, because this is a light introduction to the game. It shows you what the game actually was, while introducing you to some new topics and things like this. It's a running class. You haven't seen this since, like, what, Sonic 3? I mean, Sonic CD? And then you've got like all these things. And it's a great introduction. I gave it a 10 out of 10. My recommendation for non-Sonic fans is play it, and if you're a casual Sonic fan, my recommendation is try to complete it, because I think this game is like probably one of the best kind of games you can have. And yeah, so that is my review of Sonic Mania. 10 out of 10. Sorry about that. Okay, so that is my review of Sonic Mania. So I guess that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. This is Brandon from BigMcLargerHuge Gaming, signing out.